In this section, we're going to talk about how to brush the cheeks here and the muzzle area. The way I like to do that is removing the ear from the way, because the ear can cover up so many things, and then whenever this area gets matted because of a lack of brushing, then it's going to result in, again, an ugly, short, not fun doodle trim. So the way I like to do it is I start with the brush and I just go down there and see what's going on. I also use my ears whenever I'm brushing, and whenever it's getting a little bit louder, I go a little bit slower and just listen, and that way I'm going to make sure that I opened up every kind of thing around there. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Awesome. Oftentimes this corner of the lips gets a little bit matted because food gets stuck in there and it gets hardened, and it's just trickier for the doodle to clean it, and also for the doodle mom. So expect a little bit more tangles around that spot. And I'm not sure whether you noticed, but we are working from the opening of the ear canal towards the nose area, and we are using we are brushing smaller sections, like from here going and feeding the brush with more and more hair, because whenever we do that, then we're going to work on less and less hair at a time, and whenever we are giving a little bit more hair to the brush to work with, the rest of the hair, which we are already opened up, it's not going to be that hard for the doggy's skin to deal with a little bit of pulling sensation. I know. Let's go ahead and clean up that little corner there. Very nice. And then we're going to take a look at the muzzle. Now, about the muzzle area, I really like to do it the way I open up the muzzle, and I can see that it's a little bit dirty there, so I'm working only on a little layer of the tangles and mats there, not a lot, because in case we are brushing the way that all the hair is there, and in case the doggy has multiple mats or tangles around that spot, then it's going to result in a very wiggly doggy. And as you can see, most of the doggies are not fond of that spot. Paco, do you want to go sit? Do you want to go sit? Oh, Paco, sit. Paco, let's go sit. Do you want to go sit? Oh, let's go sit. Sit. Paco, sit. Very nice. And we are patient. In case they want to stand up, they totally can. In case we can convince them to sit down, it's totally awesome. So it's not like, okay, we are using tangles, we are using a ginormous harness or muzzle on the doggy or anything like that to keep them comfortable. We are just making sure that they are comfy, and then we adjust the grooming to their needs. So in case they need a break, then they got the break, right? Right. Let's take a look again in this little tricky spot, and then we're gonna check with the comb. I know, 1 second. You can hear the difference in the brush, that it's making louder noise. So good. We're almost done. It means that tangles and mats are there. Awesome. Now I'm gonna just trim that. Whoopsie. Hold on. Stay there. I'm fishing at my shear. We got a surprise mat there. Whenever it's going wilder, I like to trim it out, because in case I just try to remove it with the brush, then the dog is not going to be happy. There's a level when the mat is not brushable, and I like to keep the doodle's friendship with me in a nice level. So whenever it's not brushable, I'm not forcing it, I'm cutting it out. Even when it results in a little bit more uneven face, I much rather have a doodle who is happy and has a little holes here and there than a doodle who will hate the grooming. So that's the way I like, and I hope you agree with the method. And you use the same thing with your doodle. So whenever we are done with brushing, or we think we are done with brushing, we go with the comb. And as you can see, the comb is way more sensitive than the brush. And it will show you where are tiny, tiny mats which still need to be trimmed out or brushed out depending on their level. There is something else in here as well. I just need to find it. Awesome, Paco. Very nice. Almost done. Oh, very good. And whenever I'm combing, I'm putting the tip of the brush or comb right to the skin. That way I'm gonna make sure that throughout the length I'm removing the tangles and mats, because whenever we are combing and brushing that's another mistake from the doodle owners, doodle moms and dads, that they are just brushing the tip of the hair, like 80% of the hair, and the 20% by the skin will still stay matted, and that still results in a short shave or a red cat or a military shave, which we really do not want. So this is the way to get rid of all tangles on mats, using the brush and then using the comb to check. And whenever you find stubborn little mats or tangles, then you go ahead with the shear and then trim it. That's going to be the intermediate section of the Don't Poodle My Doodle thing. So you can check that out whenever you find in this basic thing, whenever you're going to find stuff like that, then you can call your groomer and schedule good brush out only, and then they're going to be able to remove everything like that, and you can get a fresh start without a short shave.